From big creators getting randomly banned, to other creators disappearing out of the blue, the following videos are Gorilla Tag's biggest event that didn't just shake Gorilla Tag but shaped it into the game it is today. From K9 disappearing out of the blue to Apollo leaving YouTube for over 2 years, these are Gorilla Tag's missing YouTubers. First, there's Lynx to the channel with just below 150,000 subscribers. He posted some of Gorilla Tag's best edits consisting of loads of different ranges, from editing YouTubers to making edits of the game in general. And he was arguably the best editor out there on Gorilla Tag, with his shorts getting loads of views. And then out of the blue, he disappeared. All of his videos got privated or deleted, but his channel was still there. So people think he might have not quit, but someone hacked him, which is the most likely answer, because if he quit, he would have most likely deleted his channel or at least made a video on it. So quitting out of the blue would have definitely been a strange thing for Lynx to do. And people still don't know why he quit, but those are just some theories that people think happened and are the most likely reasons. But the same can't be said for Apollo, who quit his YouTube career for reasons people do know. Apollo Gorilla Tag was a name that once shook the Gorilla Tag landscape. Apollo became known for skill, movement and creativity in the early YouTube days of Gorilla Tag, and a unique style of content that made him stand out from the crowd. Fans loved his energy and he became one of the most well-known YouTubers on Gorilla Tag. But then, without any warning, out of nowhere, he disappeared. Not a video, not a live stream, nothing. For nearly 2 years he was completely silent, but the community did not forget him. Loads of rumours spread and some thought he had burned out from creating Gorilla Tag content and needed a break. Others believed he had real life responsibilities, and some even thought he was dead.
So would I be right in saying this is like the first time you've appeared anywhere in like a year, or am I incorrect about that?
I believe since the last video I posted.
It's been a year and a month.
Yeah. That's about accurate.
There's a lot of pressure then for your random comeback.
I don't know that this is a comeback. I'm just saying hi.
The first question I'm gonna have to ask is, what made you want to do this?
Well, I just wanted to make sure people knew I wasn't dead. That's the main thing.
But his fans still waited, hoping that one day he would return. And then after a long 2-year wait, he did, with one last video, completing one of Gorilla Tag's most challenging and difficult maps. Oh my god, this music, what? In that moment, fans finally got the answer that they were waiting for. Apollo was busy with college and had to step away from YouTube to deal with real life. But he did not want to leave YouTube without doing something special. So he did. His final video really captured who he was and was a great way to end off his channel. After completing the brutal map, Apollo edited and made a video on it. No drama, no controversy, just a normal video and one final video. Apollo Gorilla Tag may be gone from the game, but he left a great mark, unlike Biscuit VR. If you already know the main story of Biscuit VR, just skip to the time frame shown on screen. So, Biscuit VR was your average TikToker, getting a decent amount of followers doing jukes, like loads of jukes, that's basically all he did. And he did pretty well for himself, marking himself on TikTok as quite a big, good creator, until one day, everything would change. This happened when Biscuit VR uploaded one video that would change his career forever.
I just want to come on here and say I have been diagnosed with cancer.
After this video was uploaded, people started to feel very sorry for him, and he gained a massive following, blowing himself past his original following by a ton because the video blew up. From this, he even got attention from big creators like J-Man Curly and even Lynx before he quit. He said there was a 50-50 chance of him dying and that he will not be able to upload as much as he did. But then after 2 days, he started uploading like normal and people started to catch on to him. After this, he got a bunch of backlash, planting himself as one of the most hated creators on Gorilla Tag. Tag, and this went on for a while, until after a year and a bit, and as he got older, he got smarter. He made a genuine apology and stated that he was just a dumb kid and would do anything for some clout. And people accepted his apology, with someone saying Biscuit really seems like a good kid. He may have done some shitty stuff in the past, but he's changing a lot from back then. So after people accepted his apology, he went back to making normal content for a bit, until he disappeared, with his last YouTube video being uploaded 9 months ago. People don't know what happened to him, but just assumed he didn't like Gorilla Tag and just wanted to have a break from it, or just stop doing it overall and focus on different stuff in his life, which is most likely the answer of why Biscuit VR quit, and is the answer for most YouTubers that quit Gorilla Tag. But K9 doesn't have an answer, with even some of his closest friends not knowing what happened to him.
Almost 2 months ago, he disappeared. And I don't mean like on YouTube. He stopped messaging everyone. He's gone. Like, he just disappeared. And the worst part is that, like, he's really secretive, and we don't know anything about his personal life. All we have is his Discord to text him, so we don't know if he's, like, okay.
I knew the situation would have made him take a break, but I didn't think he'd stop talking to us.
This is my last video of 2024, and just like last year and the year before, it isn't clickbait because I told you within the first 5 seconds. Right?
Right? Because that is a question everyone's been asking since this video dropped. After this video, he went completely silent, and it's ironic that he was joking about it being his last video like he does every year, but right now it looks like it was his last video. People started trying to find out what happened, like Pine, who interviewed K9's editor. He said he had something personal in his life going on right now, but he didn't want to say because he didn't get permission and didn't want anything bad to happen. But he said that he wasn't dead or anything like that. It was just some personal issues, but he didn't expect K9 to stop texting him or any of his other friends. He just expected him to take a break from YouTube but stay in contact, but that is not what happened. K9 has to be one of the biggest YouTubers on Gorilla Tag, and just dropping out of the blue made a big effect on the Gorilla Tag community, because he made the best videos on Gorilla Tag for sure, and left a big hole in the Gorilla Tag YouTube space when he just quit. The editor even stated that they got a video up right now that is ready to upload, but K9 just hasn't been there. So the last video of 2024 is not actually his last video, as they've got one ready to go, but K9 disappeared after that, so they never got the green light to upload it. As time goes on, K9's mystery should unravel itself, and we should get the answer to where he's been and what he's doing right now, and maybe he will come back to YouTube. As his editor said, he really likes YouTube and he can't see him not doing it in the future. So time will just have to tell, and we'll just have to wait it out for K9's return. The same story can be said with Zerdy Gorilla Tag, who uploaded a video like K9's for the end of 2023 saying this is my last video as a joke once again, and then went silent, telling his friends that he's taking a break to focus on life and school, and will probably be going off Gorilla Tag forever. And Zerdy was another great creator. So that wraps up the 5 biggest creators that quit Gorilla Tag. Hackpy destroying a toxic kid in Gorilla Tag so hard that he destroyed his own headset, to Ando embarrassing accusers in public competitive lobbies. These are times Gorilla Tag pros humbled their haters. First, there's Peb, who is a decently popular Gorilla Tag YouTuber. Posts videos such as how many times can be called a modder in 1 hour, and Gorilla Tag montages that just showcase his pure skill. Yeah, I just realised the section was copyrighted after editing the whole video, so guess you just gotta listen to this. Peb did some amazing achievements, like joining TTT, which is arguably one of Gorilla Tag's best clans, having to beat his own team to join it, which they did 4-0. So what happened with Peb was he was just playing in a normal infection lobby, just doing a normal game of tag, until we tagged the last player, and then he randomly said that the whole lobby was terrible and they just camp on the ground, even though he just got tagged. So Peb said if he's terrible, 1v1 me, and the toxic kid agreed, saying that he could easily easily beat Peb in a 1v1. In the private lobby, he even called everyone bad again and suggested that he wanted to do a 2v1 because he was sure that he was better than everyone there. In the first round, after the guy got a 10-second head start, he went and managed to tag him in just 10 seconds, which is definitely a very fast time considering he even got a 10-second head start. After he made the excuse saying his delay was crazy, which just wasn't true, and he was just saying that to make his loss sound unfair, even saying that he just didn't like his voice, which is just a random insult for him to say. And when it was Peb's go, he got his 10-second head start and then instantly beat his time so hard that the toxic player ended up quitting with random excuses about his hurts and his headset, saying that is a disadvantage for him, when really he just was not as good as him and did not want to admit it. And so the player left and never joined back, getting absolutely humbled by Pep. But TTT Pig didn't only humble a toxic kid, but got him banned and then threw him out the map, as he is also a moderator as well as a pro. TTT Pig is known for his crazy skills, movement, and most iconically his stick justice videos, where he goes out and finds players that are breaking the Gorilla Tag rules and then shows them his stick, and then they know they're getting banned after what they did, and their reaction is always great, which led to TTT Pig's great success. But one of his videos had a twist where he wasn't only showing them the stick but also throwing them out the map, as that was possible in the new update where you could get really big, grab the other monkeys, get onto the tutorial and then throw them off, making them leave the game and then most likely coming back with a ban. One player in particular stood out in this video and TTT Pig dealt with him great. What happened is that he ran into someone playing the game and throwing people out the map, which is fine, but then he started to say more N-words than he could even count, which is definitely not following the rule of Gorilla Tag. So after reporting him, he made his color code blend in with his stick, so he didn't see it quite yet, and so other people didn't see him and react to it, so he would have more time to get him and throw him out the map. He ended up showing the monkey the stick privately, and then he just said nothing, looking at the ground knowing that he made a really bad decision. He then proceeded to ask if he was cooked, and Pig said he was. So Pig went and grabbed White, climbed up to tutorial, and then said goodbye to him and slapped him off tutorial, which was a good way to end his Gorilla Tag for a couple weeks where he will enjoy his ban. To make it even better, when White joined back the game, he found the same lobby and said that he liked the color code, and then a second after realized that it was Pig again and ran away, then left. To Ando GT, who made an entire montage on juking one toxic player. Ando is a creator who has recently stopped uploading, but has left his mark in Gorilla Tag history as one of Gorilla Tag's best players, using his insane arm length to embarrass competitive lobbies and make great videos out of it. He gained loads of popularity, getting himself to nearly 75,000 subscribers, but that came to the price of him getting accused for using long arms, because his arms were absurdly long. He showed his viewers his settings and proved that nothing was on that would increase his arm length, but people still thought that he was using long arms, which will forever be a thing that he would have to deal with people still accusing him of using sticks on his controllers, which is a valid argument, but it is most likely that he is just very tall, as he would have been quite easily found out for using sticks in his other videos. So that ended up leading to what happened in this video, where he was doing another video embarrassing competitive lobbies until he encountered a toxic kid saying that he was impersonating Ando, which is himself, and that he was using long arms, even calling him trash at walls and saying that he was better than him. Pep proceeded to make a montage of him being the last monkey alive in the lobby with all 9 lava monkeys chasing after him, and just Pep absolutely destroying the person that was trash talking to him, with jukes that broke his ankles, making him walk the other direction completely opposite to where he was going, absolutely humbling this toxic trash talker. Although Ando has only made a few videos destroying their haters, Hackpy has based his entire channel around it. Hackpy is a channel with just over 180,000 subscribers, with one of his most viewed videos being humbling Gorilla Tag lobbies until he got banned, just showing that from his pure skill, the amount of reports he gets for cheating, even though that he's not, could even lead to his ban just from him being insanely good at the game. But this brought him a lot of accusations, like a lot of accusations, because his whole channel is based off players making him think that he is cheating, and a lot of people in his comments think that he is actually cheating. game, with videos debunking why he is cheating and making loads of accusations towards it. The situation got so bad that he had to address it with a video showing all his settings with no cuts in between, so he could not edit anything out. And then people did start to believe him, with the occasional accusation here and there, with Saba VR saying the best compliment is being called a hacker. Happy now tends to make staged Gorilla Tag videos where he basically gets an actor to pretend to be a toxic kid or something like that and then destroys him, which is fine. But before that, he had some real encounters with toxic players and absolutely humbled them. This would usually happen in his videos where he would just play in competitive lobbies, and just from his pure skill, people will think he's modding or cheating and report him, and he will see how long it takes for him to get banned. And in these videos, he will get an insane amount of accusations in every single lobby, and each time they just get humbled. One particular example is in a video where he was seeing how long it would take for him to get banned, and that one moment when he was the last player remaining, everyone said that he was cheating and they all went for him. And then Happy proceeded to dust all of them, even juking most of the monkeys, with one of them saying that his ankles hurt after how hard he got juked by him. And then he proceeded to dust them and stay up in the walls where they couldn't even reach because of his pure speed, and proceeded to stay alive for over 20 minutes, putting all of the monkeys chasing him just out of breath, not being able to catch up with him for the whole time. And that just goes to show why you should not be toxic to pros. You did this. We did this. Gorilla Tag was once the purest online experience. No guns, no crazy mods, just you, physics, and your friends. It was raw, it was chaotic, and it was magic. But lately, something's gone wrong. The game we loved is fraying at the edges, and the worst part is that we're the ones tearing it apart. This is not a hate video, it's a reality check, because if we don't own up to our own mistakes, Gorilla Tag could disappear under the weight of its own community. Back to early 2021, when Gorilla Tag was nothing more than a prototype on side quests. There were only a couple maps, and half of them were made by the dev in his spare time. You'd log in with 3 friends, learn tricks like wall climbing, and go crazy when someone made an insane juke. There were no cosmetics, no shiny rocks you had to pay for, and more importantly, there was a good small community, and players just figured out the rules as they went. I remember playing for hours just because the game was really fun and people were really nice. You would have a bunch of laughs and funny moments, and that's the time when Gorilla Tag felt alive, with living, breathing player creativity. And then Gorilla Tag started taking over social media, and suddenly Gorilla Tag clips were everywhere. Insane wall running, crazy montages, trick shot highlights, everything. And the game grew rapidly, with thousands of players joining every day. People who never touch a VR in their life wanted Gorilla Tag, just because all the really fun looking clips on social media. And where there's attention, there's competition for it. Creators realised things like drama and faked out things gets loads of views, and low effort videos started circulating on Gorilla Tag, some being completely fake, trying to grab the viewer's attention, or just straight up clickbait, but they still got loads of views. We went from a really calm, peaceful game to a game where influencers would just do anything for views, and the community was slowly beginning to turn toxic and not care about anyone else, and the community started to get weighed down by other players, and that really put a bad image on the game. Mods aren't inherently bad. Some add a goofy soundboard or fun costumes, but once someone makes an insane hack client, hell would follow. Now you got private mod menus offering god mode, no clip, and even teleport to player. Competitive lobbies feel like free-for-alls where you cannot go a second without a modder showing up and ruining the game. And then a new mod menu would drop and people would get it within hours. Developers would try and find a way to auto-ban people that have it, but they always find a way around it. Meanwhile, the modders just defend this as fun in games, as if it's not ruining everyone's fun, and everyone trying to get better at the game when they can't just because modders are ruining it for them. It's a symptom of a community that has lost respect for the game itself. Now let's talk about what happens when toxicity goes unchecked. I've been in lobbies where new players get decked in slurs within minutes. No warning, just people that don't care about anyone else instantly letting out out their anger on a monkey game. Some creators have doxed other people's location and real world details just to shame them. Yet we just keep letting it slide because that's just how online games are. But it doesn't have to be. If anything, a big community like ours should hold itself to a higher standard. The reporting system was built to protect us from cheaters and harassers. Instead, it's become a popular weapon. Jump into any popular creators lobby and you'll see coordinated report armies waiting in the wings. Just a few clicks to get someone banned is how it is. Some streamers taken down by viral allegations only to return weeks later with a heartfelt apology. But does the apology matter after someone's reputation is shredded? And the cycle continues. Chaos, outrage, rebrand, rinse, repeat. But there are also other problems. Like one dude who said a hacker said my address in Gorilla Tag. How did they find my address? How do I get help finding this player? Someone else also said I was banned for toxicity when I didn't participate in any toxicity at all. I wasn't rude to anybody and I wasn't even talking to anybody. Yet I get mass reported for being too good in competitive lobby and I get banned for 2 weeks. All of my appeals have been rejected. This is I'm banned for something I didn't do, and I think this vote kicking report system is a piece of. Someone else has also noticed this problem, saying I swear I can't play for 2 seconds without hearing curse words, the N word and other slurs or hateful comments. I honestly don't know what this is, what happened. Everywhere I look there is fetuses and racists and toxic players all around. I remember a day when Gorilla Tag was fun and non-toxic. To you guys out there, please quit. You're ruining the platform. But here's a part that really shook the game. KID. A lot of players have been wondering why features are suddenly locked or why they can't hit anyone in public lobbies anymore. And the short answer, Gorilla Tag did not have a choice. Meta, the company behind Quest, started enforcing strict child safety regulations. Now every multiplayer game with voice chat has to include age verification. If Gorilla Tag didn't add KID, it could have been removed from the Quest store entirely. This all ties back to global laws like COPPA in the US and GDPRK in Europe. These laws exist to protect kids under 13 from things like voice chat, user-generated content, and data collection. Since Gorilla Tag has one of the youngest audiences in VR, it was basically required to comply. So when you open the game and enter your age, it checks whether you're over or under 13. If you're under, you instantly lose access to voice chat. And the worst part, you can't change your age after. There's no way to go back. Once it's set, that's it. This has frustrated a ton of players. Some didn't know what KID was, entered their real age, and now they're stuck in a version of the game. Feels empty and quiet. The social part of Gorilla Tag, the thing that made it feel alive, is gone for them. Now to be fair, there are some positives. Legally, this keeps Gorilla Tag on the platform. Without it, the devs could be faced with serious issues, and the game might not even be playable on the Quest anymore. It also gives parents more control and helps keep younger players safer, but the negatives hit harder for the community. You've got kids creating fake accounts just to get around it. You've got lobbies where no one talks, no one interacts, and it's all created this weird split in the community that there wasn't before. Gorilla Tag isn't dead, but KID changed it, and depending on how the devs handle it moving forward, it could be the thing that slowly tears the game apart. These aren't isolated incidents, they're symptoms of a community spinning out of control, and innocent players are the ones paying the price. So what can we do? Own our actions. Think twice before reporting someone just because they beat you. Encourage healthy mods, celebrate cosmetic or quality of life add-ons, not god mode hacks. Set community standards. If you see slurs or harassment, call it out. Support the devs. They're working around the clock to patch exploits and maintain servers. A simple thank you in the Discord or on Twitter goes a long way. Remember why we started. It was for the joy of pure movement, laughter of friends, and the thrill of discovery. Gorilla Tag isn't beyond saving. It just needs us to step up. So the next time you log on, ask yourself, am I building this community or tearing it down? Because if you care about this game, really care, then be part of the solution. Share this video, talk to your friends, report hacks responsibly, lift up new players, because if we don't act now, Gorilla Tag won't be another broken community. It will be a great one, and all of us want that. We did this, the question is now, what are we going to do next? Gorilla Tag's moderation is broken. People get banned for no reason, false reports are straight up ruining the game, and mods seem to have no effect on it whatsoever. It's a complete mess that needs to be fixed. So, how Gorilla Tag moderation currently works is that you can file a report if you see any sort of inappropriate behavior or stuff that just doesn't follow the code of conduct in Gorilla Tag. You can go up to the main board, press the report button, and choose one of the options you're reporting them for. This will go to a moderation team that will see the report and decide whether it's a false report or not a false report, the amount of time they'll get banned, and the reason why. But there is a lot of reports, and it's a lot for a moderation team to keep up. So this is why the Gorilla Tag moderation is not great. There is a massive lack of automation in the Gorilla Tag moderator system, which is clearly something that they need to keep the game running well and fair. There is way too many players for a non-automatic moderation team to deal with, because there is a lot of flaws in the system, such as false bans from people just mass reporting one person, inconsistent informers, like some cheaters will just get away whilst innocent players just get straight up banned, and sometimes human mods in the game will just ban people for some wrong reasons in some very rare cases. Here's an example of a false ban. This happened when a popular creator called Elliot made a video if the stick would really ban you in game, and one day later he got banned for 2 weeks due to toxicity. The reason behind his ban was due to him being rude, but he wasn't actually rude. He was rude in a way where you know he's joking about it. So then one player false reported him, and not long later his game closed and he got banned. Just a note before I carry on this video, I'm not directing any hate towards Gorilla Tag or their staff team. I'm just spreading my opinion on how I personally think it could be better, but Gorilla Tag is doing a good job and they're doing the best they can for moderation, and I'm not directing any hate towards them, so don't harass the Gorilla Tag moderation team or anything like that, because they're doing nothing wrong. But there is something Gorilla Tag desperately needs, and this is auto moderation. Most games have a system to detect any rule breaking, cussing, or anything that doesn't follow their code of conduct. Other games also partner up with companies that utilize anti-cheat or auto detection to catch any hackers or modders in the game instantly, such as a game like Rec Room, who uses an engine called ToxMod in all of their public rooms. It runs in real time, and if a player was to violate the code of conduct, they would get banned pretty fast. And from what I have researched, I cannot find any Gorilla Tag auto mod system that is implemented into the game, and auto mod would be a great way to make bans more effective, honest, and make the community a better and safer place. But sometimes even human moderators get stuff wrong. This happened in an incident about half a year ago. This was when a moderator called Antoka was doing a stick justice video, and he found someone who had the name Turn to God, and he was burning a pride flag which was in a pride update in the Gorilla Tag mirror. Now this update already had a lot of controversy coming from a lot of different creators and people, so not a lot of people liked it. So not many people actually liked the update, and this guy was just one of the people that just didn't like it. So Antoka asked him why he's doing that and what he thinks about everything. Here's the clip.
Okay, so what's the backstory behind your name?
So basically, everybody holding up the pride signs, right?
Yeah.
They were saying, I believe in pride, right? Yeah, womp. And I just changed my name because
Okay.
I believe that's wrong.
Okay, because you believe it's wrong because God forbid it. That's why. Oh, okay, I see. Hang on. I want to show you something. Follow me. Being homophobic is not cool, you know.
Players did not really support Antoka because they thought this wasn't directly breaking the Gorilla Tag code of conduct, because the worst thing he said was womp womp. which isn't directly being homophobic or breaking the rules. And Toka stated that during the recording of that video, he went round asking people with names such as Turn to God or Christianity what they meant by the name, and that he respected their religious beliefs, but the very few minority said that they hated the LGBTQ community, and some of them even believed that they should die. So he further on went to say that once you enter Gorilla Tag, you agree to following the code of conduct which has no homophobia on it. Therefore, that's the reason why he banned that person. But people still don't agree with his decision either way. But that's definitely not the worst part, because false bans are far more worse than any mistake a human moderator would make, because the reporting system is easily abused, which can lead to unfair punishments to innocent players just because someone decided to go up to the board and false report them multiple times without any limit on the amount of times they can get reported. And if the whole lobby reports them, they can get banned in under half an hour. And even toxic players and hackers can still get away, because some people just don't report them and they can just leave the lobby before they even get the chance to get reported. And this has a great effect on the community and the kind of people that play the game and the kind of people that you meet. And the appeals seem to do nothing, because sending over appeal for your ban seems to be worthless, because it's like their team is extremely small and no one ever checks it, because the amount of ban appeals they get will be in a very high range. So that's one of the large reasons why auto moderation needs to be implemented fast, because the amount of modders and toxic players are increasing at quite a rapid rate in the game, because modders are quite an average sight to see, just people flying around, tagging everyone and just making the game unfair and not fun. Sometimes in things like casual lobbies they can be fine and fun and just funny, but in infection lobbies like competitive where you're actually trying, do not get tagged and then a modder just comes along, flies towards you and tags you, it's just not good and needs to be stopped and moderated properly. Now there needs to be some ways to fix this problem. And first thing is going back to auto moderation that can detect clear rule breaking, such as racial slurs, any slurs overall, or anything that does not follow the code of conduct that you can say in your mic that gets detected by an auto moderation thing and bans the player. Also something like a height limit so people don't escape the map with mods and ruin the Gorilla Tag game for everyone. Also, bans need to start being more transparent instead of just 3 random reasons which are just cheating, toxicity and hate speech. There should be more specific reasons on the board where you see the reason for your ban, so you know exactly what you did and what to improve next time so you don't get banned again for longer periods of time. Also, the overall reporting system, in my opinion, should just be reworked with more options, with a limit for how many times you can report someone. So you can't just spam report someone for a higher chance of them getting banned, or a whole lobby just reports you at the same time for no apparent reason. And there should be an auto detection to see your past gameplay movements and speech and what you said, so it can automatically review the report and see whether you should get banned or not. Also, the appeal process needs to be improved with a larger moderation team so that Gorilla Tag players know that they're being listened to and actually have a fair chance of getting a wrongly banned removed so that they can play the game. This can only be done if Gorilla Tag actually hires a bit of a larger team instead of just having a small amount of mods. Although Flashy GT is one of the biggest Gorilla Tag content creators, he is one of the most hated creators on the platform. He is hated for 3 main things: being very annoying, being egotistical, and being racist. The annoying part about Flushy GT's videos is when he deep fries his mic and everyone finds that extremely irritating. People send tons of hate towards him for just being a really bad YouTuber because they hate his high-pitched voice and the way he speaks into his mic. But I don't think there's any reason to hate on him for that, because him screaming into his mic is literally his brand, and that is one of the core reasons he got so famous. So there's no need to send him tons of hate just because the style of his videos that made him popular. Second reason he receives so much hate is because of his egotism. This is shown when he says if anyone says any kind of disrespect or hate to him of any kind, he will just straight up ban them. He also told his subscribers to report and ban these small channels just because they disrespected him. Although he could have handled the hate better by simply ignoring it, he chose not to and get mad at anyone who disrespects him in any shape or form, which is not the way to handle hate. The best way is just to ignore it. But I still think the fact that he banned people that hate on him isn't that big of a deal and doesn't deserve tons of hate. One other reason he's been hated on for is being racist. The way he did that is by making his account name what is shown on screen. And people thought that it sounded a lot like the N-word, which I don't really see. I also don't see the fact why he would change his name to anything that seems racist or like the N-word and just ruin his entire career just for a name. So I can tell why he said that. He did not know it sounded like that and he was sorry, but yet he still got hate for it, which I don't think there's any reason for that to happen, because I don't see why the hell he would have changed his name to something racist and ruin all of his progress as a creator. At the end of the day, some reasons he might be hated on may be valid, but every creator deserves a second chance, and I think it's time for the YouTube community to give him the second chance that Flushy GT deserves, because at the end of the day, he's a kid. Over 200 million views and 1.6 million subscribers. That is what these 3 Gorilla Tag Ghost YouTubers have combined, and I'm gonna tell you why it's ruining Gorilla Tag content. First, let me ask you if you recognize these thumbnails. Well, you probably do, and those thumbnails all come from one YouTuber. This channel is called Be Prepared, and they have over 600,000 subscribers. Now, they must be doing really good videos, right? Well, not really. They do stage Gorilla Tag videos with something called retention editing. Retention editing is a technique of keeping the viewer engaged into the video. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it's bad when people overdo it, just like this channel. They use sound effects at least every 4 seconds, and they're always adding effects on the screen which appeal to little kids, which is what makes up most of their audience. The main reason that this young audience is bad is that kids see it, like it, get Gorilla Tag, get a VR headset and play it, and you can see from the Gorilla Tag community it is filled with a bunch of little brain rot kids, and a lot of them are probably coming from this channel because it is the perfect kind of content that they watch. This is shown when the creator called Sourberry VR said that they are introducing a lot of people to Gorilla Tag, but they are all brain rot kids. At least this creator is bringing new players into Gorilla Tag, unlike Flushy GT, who has turned short form videos into a repetitive, uncreative place. It isn't Flushy GT who's directly causing this, but the people that get his videos and sounds and make content of them that get millions of views compared to other people that actually put in hard work and hardly get any. So don't get me wrong, because I'm not directly hating on Flushy GT, because I personally think he makes a new variety of content that's different from the rest, but the people that remix it just make it boring and repetitive. Now, there are ways Flushy GT can fix this problem. Instead of using his own original sounds, he can use like a music sound or something like that, because then it'll make it so people just remix the song and not his dialogue or the original stuff he puts into his videos. But this would also lead to less views on his videos, because that's one of the main reasons people know him by. On his most viewed video, someone used his sound and nearly got 3 times more views. Really turning the Gorilla Tag content creation to a lazy place where people put practically no effort into their videos, use a viral sound and get way more views than original videos with effort behind them. Now, the views on Flushy GT's videos are declining, which could be a good thing, because now I'm starting to see more original content and not his same sounds, because his viral videos have been out for a long time and are starting to die down, and his new videos aren't getting as much views as he originally did. So that means less people are using his sound and you're going to see less of the same repetitive content. Although Flushy GT may be making the Gorilla Tag content creation a worse place, at least he doesn't upload straight clickbait like It's Vlad. Before we go on It's Vlad, I'd just like to say thank you for the support recently. Like, my channel has been getting way more views than it usually has with this new style of content. I don't usually ask this, but it would actually really help if you subscribe, because I'm trying to grow as much as I can to pump out the best Gorilla Tag content I can possible. Also, if you've got any cool ideas you might want me to cover, if they're good, I would actually probably cover them. So if you want, comment down below if you've got any good ideas. Anyway, thank you, and let's carry on the video. From the moment It's Vlad started his channel, he started uploading clickbaity looking titles and thumbnails, such as official Gorilla Tag mobile, which is clearly not a real thing. He tends to reuse his thumbnails multiple times, which is outright lazy. Even reusing a thumbnail more than once is just straight up lazy content with no effort behind it. Compared to the amount of subscribers he has, It's Vlad hardly gets any views. But the reason he still gets subscribers is because he uploads so much that his views add up to give him more and more subscribers. He averages around 5,000 views with a following of 450,000 views. By saying stuff like there's new updates which are clearly just clickbait, they've never been leaked, never been shown, and he's just making these up from the top of his head. That just goes to show that his videos are straight up bad. There are people that like It's Vlad's videos and go to other people's videos who talk bad about him and just hate on them, without them even realizing how bad It's Vlad's videos really are and the kind of quality it puts out into the content creation space. Not only that, It's Vlad has live streams running 24 hours a day with pre-recorded Gorilla Tag gameplay footage with countdowns to updates that don't even exist, just trying to scrape in as many subscribers as he can. It's Vlad is basically the definition of bad, low quality, unoriginal content. But there are people trying to fix his problem. This is an unofficial badge given to small creators that they think deserve it for making good quality content. This program used to be run by a creator called Cooper, but is now run by someone called Official Lemon. Let's say you're a small creator that puts a lot of effort into your videos. All you would have to do is join their Discord server, apply through an application, and there is a chance that you'll get accepted. And once you're accepted, they make an announcement of the new people who won the badge on their channel, giving you free publicity. You can even make a video on it, which has a pretty high chance of getting a decent amount of views, as it is quite a well-known thing. You get to wear this badge in the game through a mod. It used to only work on PC VR, but now is working on standalone as well, and they're working on other updates to make it more accessible to other players, so everyone gets a chance at applying. Here are some examples of creators that go into the program that have better and more original content than the channels I've mentioned in this video. First, there's Fungi. He isn't a very big creator with just below 200 subscribers. He hasn't uploaded many videos and they haven't gotten too many views. They got nice editing and good thumbnails, and they deserve more attention. And that is probably one of the core reasons he got into the finger palette program, drawing more eyes towards his channel. Another example is Asher GT, who has 2.5k subscribers with only 16 videos, which is quite a good, healthy, growing channel. He also got accepted into the finger palette for his high quality shorts that you can tell have a lot of editing and effort. Despite these three creators having a combined following of nearly 500,000, they are the most hated players in the entire Gorilla Tag community, such as Bizarre GT, who faked his own mum's death for views.
Hey guys, it's Bizarre, and I just wanted to say that I might be taking a break, or I might be quit, because these group of kids decided to come in my lobby, and they made fun of my mom and me. And if you didn't know, I don't have my mom with me right now.
This video blew up in popularity, getting millions of views and upping his follower count a ton, just because people felt sorry for him. Around 2 weeks later, this clip was found.
We're just like
Hey, rude, bro.
Yeah, so stop talking over me. Here, I have an idea.
Dead. How about that? That's why your mom.
I don't care. Because she's not actually dead.
This video caused a ton of backlash to Bizarre, causing him to make an apology video and saying that it was only his anger issues and that what he said was still true, but he only said that as a defense mechanism. He went on to post tons of apologies and people still didn't believe him, and this caused even more hate than he already had, declining his followers drastically. So he took a break from YouTube and came back a long time later, and people started to give him a second chance. The same can't be said for Pursuit VR, who doxed multiple creators, copyright strike their videos whenever they talked about him, and said many racist comments, homophobia and even more. 16th of December 2022. That's when Pursuit VR started his channel, and he was just like any other normal YouTuber, posting the normal Gorilla Tag content. A while after he created his channel, people started to speculate that he was another creator called Mercy VR. Mercy VR was a smallish creator and was doing reasonably well until he was caught stealing assets from a game creator called Trout VR.
VR tried to take my game and steal it, to take all of my hard work and effort away. Well, he laughed and mocked me.
And saying many racist things. He also faked his suicide on a live stream using a crappy gun sound effect, and the next day he just streamed even more like it never happened. He even sent death threats to multiple people.
PVR sent me death threats multiple different times, and I was just really extremely scared, and I was worried for my life.
Mercy VR then later got cancelled, and that's when Pursuit VR came to life. Popular creator who went by Jax caught on very quick that Pursuit VR was Mercy VR and went in a call with him. Jax honestly thought that he could change, which wasn't the case, because not long after he began to dox creators such as Starred Snail and Fistchew and got caught saying the N-word multiple times once again. He made even more apologies, but then later deleted them because his channel started to blow up and he did not want to see his fans see his old apologies and who he really was. He got caught loads more, and if you want to watch a full story on it, go to Broken Metal Jax's channel. He's got some amazing videos on the story of Pursuit VR. But at least Pursuit didn't fake cancer like Biscuit VR. Biscuit VR was a decently sized TikToker, and one day he posted a video saying that he was diagnosed with cancer, and everyone felt sorry for him. He got tons of clout from that video, but he said he wouldn't be able to post at all basically because he'd be in hospital, but he still kept posting, and people started to speculate that he was faking it until they found out that he really was. This led to him getting tons of hate, and he nearly got doxed by Pursuit VR. Just like Bizarre GT, he quit YouTube, made some genuine apologies, and loads of people started to think he deserved a second chance, because when he posted that video, he was just 11 years old and didn't know the effects it really had. And that's the end of his story. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd really like it if you liked and subscribed because it helps my channel.